What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity Ant C, and today you are tuning into our Attitude Year Season 2 series recap. Today we are covering WWE Raw is War from April 26, 1999, a night after Backlash in Your House, which was a huge night for WWE, and I think, if I'm correct, it was the last ever In Your House brand pay-per-view, so interesting developments there. Um, so let's start covering the episode. They're live in Hartford, Connecticut, which Connecticut's my home state. So proud about that. We see Vince McMahon, Pat Patterson, and Gerald Briscoe arrive in a limo. And then we have The Rock coming out. The Rock says, last night, The Rock did what he said he would do. Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock says, you are and forever will be the biggest Texas trailer trash in the world. When it was all said and done, all the fans were chanting my name. The Rock still walked out of Backlash the People's Champion. The Rock has a problem with 200-pound piece of monkey crap, Shane McMahon. I told you, do not get involved in the Great Ones match. But true to the McMahon word, before he can continue, corporation come out. Shane says, I practically handed you the title last night, but you had to entertain your fans. Rock tells Shane he is going to stick the horns up Shane's ass. Shane tells Rock to get out of his face if he smells what the boss is cooking. Triple H goes to hit the Rock, but Rock punches Triple H. Chyna hits the Rock. The Rock pushes her. Big Bossman hits the Rock with a nightstick. Shane chokes the Rock with the nightstick, and then Shane McMahon fires the Rock from the corporation. And then the Rock says, if you have sugar in those testicles, you face me one-on-one. Shane, Rock, fight me tonight. So The Rock wants to fight Shane McMahon after getting fired from the corporation. Vince is backstage with Patterson and Briscoe. Vince doesn't want to call the cops, but he has all the papers signed that the Undertaker wanted for tonight. Remember, the Undertaker abducted Stephanie last night at Backlash. Corporation trashed The Rock, and Triple H calls The Rock the Croc. Next, the tag team champions X-Pac and Kane defending against Edge and Gangrel with Christian. X-Pac nails a belly-to-belly to Gangrel. Kane attacks both men. Kane hits a flying clothesline to Edge. And then Kane chokeslams Edge to get 3-count victory. Kane and X-Pac get the win. After the Brood attack, and then they give a bloodbath to Kane. And Kane chokeslams X-Pac over the railing. I don't know if he knew it was X-Pac or if the blood caused him not to be able to see, but Kane chokeslams X-Pac. Undertaker calls Vince McMahon on the phone. Vince asks how Stephanie doing. Undertaker tells him, you know what I want. Undertaker tells Vince once he gets the documents, Stephanie will come back unharmed. Deliver them by 10 p.m. sharp. I want Stone Cold Steve Austin to bring the documents alone. Interesting. WWE Champion Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out next. Stone Cold says, I did exactly what I said I would do. On my own, I beat your sorry ass. Vince McMahon comes out. Vince says, I need your help. Stone Cold says, what? Vince says, it's not personal. I know we don't like one another. It involves my daughter, Stephanie, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. You can help me. Stone Cold says, as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a rat's ass. Vince's Undertaker demands that you deliver the documents. If you do that, I think things will be fine with Stephanie. Stone Cold says, say to me that you need me. Vince says, Vince McMahon needs Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold says, the last 15 months you have done a hell of a job making my life hell. I need Vince McMahon to kiss my ass, and that's the bottom line. 1-800-COLLECT rewinds to Stone Cold Steve Austin giving the stunner to The Rock on the camera on the table last night at Backlash. Vince McMahon goes to give documents to the Undertaker backstage. We have Val Venis taking on D'Lo Brown with Ivory. We see Nicole Bass attack Ivory and tells Val she wants his trombone on Heat last night. Nicole Bass trying to get with Val. Val hits a Russian leg sweep. Nicole Bass comes out during the match. Val gets distracted, and D'Lo hits a sky high. Ivory chokes Nicole Bass afterwards, but Nicole Bass drops Ivory. Stone Cold Steve Austin sees the Big Show and tells him it's the boss's daughter. She needs help. Dewey Jalaws are backstage. Billy Gunn says Mr. Ass doesn't fail, so leave the job up to me. So we have Mr. Ass taking on Triple H for Chyna next. Mr. Ass catapults Triple H into the post, nails a power slam and gets a 2. China sends Mr. Ass into the ring post. Road Dogg gets in China's face. Triple H hits Mr. Ass with a pedigree, and Triple H gets the win. Backstage, X-Pac is looking for Kane, and he's pissed. Next, we have Test and the Big Boss Man taking on Mankind and the Big Show. On Heat, we see Test accidentally run into the Big Boss Man to cost the match. Big Boss Man stands on the apron and nails Test with a nightstick by accident. And it looks like the corporation are on different sides here. Big Boss Man sends Test into the Big Show and leaves during the match after Big Show nails a double clothesline. Mankind applies Mr. Sacco on Test, and Big Show chases Big Boss Man backstage. After the match, Big Boss Man and Test argue. Test punches the Boss Man. Boss Man hits Test from behind with a nightstick. The corporation is definitely falling apart. Parker O'Reilly attacks Al Snow backstage. He sends Al into a fence. Holly takes head and tells Al he'll get it back when he gets a title shot. We get a Beaver cleavage promo. Interesting. The Intercontinental Champion, the Godfather, with his host, taking on Jeff Jarrett with Debra up next. During the match, Val Venis talks to Debra. Nicole Bass comes out and confronts Debra. And then the Godfather rolls up Jeff Jarrett to retain the Intercontinental Championship after Debra is about to go into the ring with the hose, but Owen and Jeff Jarrett stop her. Debra is trying to get away from Owen and Jarrett, it seems like, every week. Tori and Jacqueline are all over a man named Meat backstage, and he says, "This meat won't be done until you're satisfied." Interesting. The Acolytes attack Ken Shamrock. Test runs down. They clear the ring from the Acolytes, and it looks like Test is fighting with the other side here. We have our main event, The Rock taking on Shane McMahon next. The Rock attacks Rodney and Pete Gas. He nails a rock bottom to Shane. Triple H attacks The Rock from behind. China hits The Rock from behind, and then Triple H nails a pedigree. The referees separate the corporation from The Rock, but the corporation has the advantage here, taking out The Rock. The Ministry and the Undertaker walk backstage with Stephanie, who is begging to be let go. X-Pac calls out Kane. Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett attack X-Pac. Kane comes out. He takes out Owen and Jarrett. X-Pac pushes Kane, who chokeslams X-Pac, and then Kane carries X-Pac out of the ring. Weird relationship here between Kane and X-Pac. Now we have our final segment. The Ministry of Darkness come out for the Undertaker and Stephanie McMahon's wedding. Stephanie is strapped to a symbol. Undertaker says, "This rests on your shoulders because Stone Cold Steve Austin showed his true colors, and you didn't hold up your end of the bargain." Paul, begin the ceremony. Ken Shamrock runs out, but is taken out by the Acolytes and is splashed by Viscera. Shane tells the corporation to wait until it gets bad enough for them to come out. Big Show runs out. He attacks the Undertaker, hits him with a bat. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out. Austin attacks the Undertaker, nails a Stunner Dominion, nails the Ministry of Darkness with chair shots. And then the Undertaker frees Stephanie. Stephanie hugs Stone Cold. Vince hugs Stephanie and thanks Stone Cold Steve Austin. So Stone Cold Steve Austin is free from the Undertaker. Stephanie McMahon is free from the Undertaker thanks to Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is pretty interesting because Vince and Stone Cold do not like each other, but Austin still did the right thing. Decent episode of Raw. The main focus of the whole night was on the whole Rock and corporation issue and Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, and Stephanie. With that, I'll be dropping our first ever SmackDown episode recap. It was a one-night event, and a lot of action took place there, so that will be coming later. With that, stay safe and stay uncensored.